December 1978 began with a single missing teenager and ended with a polite smile that the suburbs could not reconcile. A worried parent reported a boy who never came home. That report led police to a man who balanced county politics, business licenses, and the costume of a clown, and to a house that would rewrite what people thought they knew about ordinary evil. The victims were young men and boys. Some were transient, some worked part-time. Many were the kind of neighbors who leave little trace when they vanish. The key people were equally ordinary: co-workers, neighbors, teenage acquaintances, and John Wayne Gacy, a respected contractor, a precinct captain, a volunteer who entertained children as Pogo the Clown. It was that double life, civic face by daylight and a private, controlling darkness at home, that made this case so unsettling. What happened, as the court would later find, unfolded in pattern and in secrecy. Young men were lured with promises of work, money, a safe ride. The interactions began with charm and negotiation. Control followed. The killings were clinical, deliberate, and then hidden. Bodies were concealed beneath the floorboards of a suburban house and buried on property nearby. The scale of it stunned investigators. Dozens of victims, losses that accumulated into an impossible total. The horror here was not in spectacle, but in repetition. The arithmetic of one man's need to dominate and conceal, carried out patiently over years. Investigators were led to the truth the way detectives always are, by a knot of contradictions and by patience, a missing persons tip tied to one man's name. Neighbors' recollections of odors and late-night traffic. Former employees whose stories didn't add up. A search warrant, executed with reluctant disbelief, turned excavation into discovery. Forensically, the case moved from suspicion to certainty through dental records, x-rays, and personal effects that matched missing persons reports. A prior conviction for sexual assault years earlier emerged from background checks and became a line connecting past and present. Each newly identified victim widened the net, forcing a community to reconcile its image of a civic volunteer with the record of a predator. Early theories ranged from runaway scenarios to organized crime involvement. Some investigators initially treated disappearances as the business of the streets, juveniles who left of their own accord, lost to the city. Others speculated about multiple perpetrators or elaborate conspiracies. Those ideas fell away as physical evidence accumulated and as interviews and forensics pointed to a single controlling perpetrator acting with chilling methodicalness. The resolution came in courtrooms and in long, careful testimonies. Gacy was arrested in late 1978, tried in 1980, convicted on multiple counts, and sentenced to death. The execution followed years later. The aftermath left a suburb that could no longer take civility at face value. Families received identifications and some measure of closure. Law enforcement altered how missing persons reports were treated. And the image of a smiling man in makeup became a shorthand for the uncanny ability of ordinary masks to hide monstrous intent. What lingers is not the detail of how he died, but the anatomy of his mind, the seamless transitions between neighbor and predator, charity and control, joke and calculation. In the still houses and the file drawers of detectives, that cold competence is what keeps people awake. Tonight, the clown's last grin is a reminder that the most dangerous things often begin behind the friendliest door.